So, how are we today on this fine Monday, shavers? Or should I say Tuesday Eve, because it's kind of past like the middle of Monday. So, any which way. John here with another Cutting with Kerns video. I'm going to be trying something different. We're going to try and compare some apples to apples. By that I mean, I have two gold dollar razors. I have a gold dollar 66 and a gold dollar 208. I'm not using both of them in this video. We're going to use the gold dollar 66 in today's video, the gold dollar 208 in tomorrow's video. I'm going to be using a Southern Witchcraft soap today, which this is Druantia or Druantia, however you go about pronouncing it. If somebody tell me I'm wrong on one way or another. We'll talk about Druantia in a minute. What we're going to compare is I have a Cowhide strop and a Horsehide strop, and I put 100 laps with the gold dollar 66 on the Cowhide strop. I put 100 laps with the gold dollar 208 on the Horsehide strop. So we're going to see if there's any difference. I'm not going to use the same razor on the face. One way or another, I'll find a way to screw it up. I mean, in some ways I think I could screw up a wet dream when it comes to something like that. So we're going to shave with this one today, and you know, I'll make mental note of whether it was a real smooth shave or not. By the way, both of these edges the Stallion has done, so I'd like to think that we have a good apples to apples comparison. And like I said, we're going to be using Southern Witchcraft soap today, and I'll be using Southern Witchcraft soap tomorrow or the next video that I do. And that way we can try and get our good apples to apples comparison on whether we get any different performance out of the Cowhide or Horsehide strop, whether there's any difference. The one thing I will say, the Cowhide strop is like a racetrack. It is fast. The Horsehide strop, much more deliberate. I'm not saying it's more labored in doing it, but nowhere near as fast. So that's why I say we'll be using the same brush both times too, just so that we kind of alleviate any thought that there's something different. This is the Yaki synthetic 26mm prism, or rainbow looking, whatever you want to call it. It was labeled as a prism, so we'll call it that. So any which way, first off a little bit, Druantia is Southern Witchcraft's take on the festival of the winter solstice, or Yule. So it has notes of cedar, oak moss, rosewood, cypress, orange, ginger, I forget what else. I'll link the stuff below, and that way you guys can get the full Monty as far as what all's in it. So we do have the matching splash for that as well, and I'm going to get to wet in the face. And like I said, after the next video I'll try and give the final thoughts as to whether or not it seems like there's any different performance out of either one. I'd venture to say there probably won't be, but then again, you know, that's why I'm using basically the same razor, a gold dollar 208 and a gold dollar 66, both honed by the same person, Anthony Esposito, and we're going to use the same exact brand of soap and same soap base, if you will. We're just going to use, tomorrow I'll use Carpathia. So today we're using Druantia. So now that that's all said and done, we'll get to lathering. This Druantia is a very, very pleasant scent. Off the tub it is not particularly a strong scent, however very pleasant. People say it's a a cold weather scent. I don't buy it. I think you could wear this year round and people would enjoy it. I guess my only, if there's any regrets with Southern Witchcraft, it's I wish their aftershaves were just a little bit stronger scented, but I'm probably just going to end up getting the EDP, especially for this one. This is probably my favorite Southern Witchcraft scent. Anthony Esposito, if you're watching, this is the sample that I had sent you to try out. I mean, I don't think you're going to try it out performance-wise, just mainly to see if you like it, and if you do, go ahead and buy it. I bought a sample of this stuff from Southern Witchcraft, and immediately I just turned around and bought the set because I didn't even end up using the sample, and I had the set in hand like less than a week later. So I was more than happy that way. If I knew somebody might enjoy the scent, then I could just send the sample off, and you know, we'd be able to do it that way. I have a buddy down in Virginia that I sent the rest of those samples to because I bought all but one of those Southern Witchcraft sets. The only one I didn't get was, go ahead and kill me for it, Samhain, Samhain, whatever, however you pronounce it. I already have the Holy Cow Merchant of Tobacco, and I think it smells the same, so I didn't buy that one. But the other 4 that I had got, I bought. So, alright, so gold $1.66. This one's on the Cowhide. And like I said, both edges are done by the same person, so a pretty good apples to apples comparison here. You know what? I forgot one thing, and that is right here. So tonight I'm going in for a half shift. Tomorrow and Wednesday I have a class that I'm taking from like 10 a.m. to I believe 3:30 in the afternoon. So I'm not going to be working my normal 3rd shift hours the rest of this week, other than half a shift tonight. So, alright, here we go. Now this feels pretty typical smooth, and I've been almost exclusively using the Cowhide Strop until just a few weeks ago, and I'd been kind of rotating back and forth, you know, like 20 laps, or 40 laps, 40 laps. But this time, since I used both of these razors fairly recently, I only put 100 laps on the Cowhide with this and only 100 on the Horse with the other. So alright. I definitely felt a spot there, like a zit or something that might have got opened up. I'm sure we'll see it bleed here shortly. Yep, right there. No fault of the soap, no fault of the razor. That's just kind of one of those bits where, you know, you run into stuff like that. So real quickly, I am going to hit the styptic on that because I know just being on the neck, it'll bleed like a stuck pig. And oh, I got that one little weeper right here. I had a few spots on my chin from the other day. I was trying out a new DE blade that I hadn't used before, and I had it in my slant razor, and I guess I got just a little too cavalier with it, so so like I said, no fault of the razor, no fault of the soap or anything else. I don't know if I got that or not, if I stopped bleeding completely. That was just, and I'm not saying I was going too fast with that. I think I just probably didn't angle up enough, and that's where I kind of caught the wrinkle, if you will. So, I mean, it happens. Anymore when I get cut, I kind of laugh about it, but alright, lining up on the right side is always tricky, just because of the camera placement and the mirror. Okay. So, like I said, this is labeled as a cold weather scent. I'm not buying it. I think it's very pleasant and can be used all year round, but some might beg to differ. I don't know that it smells reminiscent of a Christmas scent, but then again, you know, people will say Yule isn't Christmas. So, alright, I'm going to put you guys on hold. I'll rinse up real quick, get lathered back up. We'll come back for the Against the Grain pass, so hang on just a moment. Okie dokie. We're back. We're going to be doing the Against the Grain pass, and since I'm trying to do this apples to apples comparison the whole way through, I'm going to do all 3 passes, so bear with me as far as the time goes. I may end up being Wednesday before I do the next video, only because tomorrow morning I have the class, and because I have to wear the mask in at work, I'm gonna shave, but I don't know that going on a straight razor shave like a little more than 12 hours later is probably the best idea, so I'm probably just gonna make a pass with DE just to clean up any crazy stragglers that would cause the mask to get caught. So this jawline that's always kind of a pain in the ass. But I see a lot of guys doing these like side-by-side comparison videos, and it's all fine and dandy, but I know darn well that I would either end up lathering the other half of my face or end up shaving the other half of my face with the wrong razor. That's why I figured we're just going to do a whole face test. Just to find out if the old man at Weaver's Leather Shop or Shoe Shop, who made both of my strops, and if there's any difference in the performance. I mean, some of you guys may notice a stark difference in the performance. I have yet to sit there and be able to tell if, I get better shaves out of one or the other. So that's why I figured I'd just give it a whirl. Plus it'd be something to add a little more interest to some of my videos. Now, seeing as how these are both gold dollars and they're both hollow razors, when I get one of mine back that's out with the stallion now, I did see that it got to Rhode Island. I could probably try and do a comparison on wedges as well, because I do have 2 George Wilson homes that are basically the same razor. I'm going to hit this up with the styptic one more time. So now that I'm done with pass number 2, I'll put you guys on hold. We'll come back for pass number 3 in just a minute. Okay, we're back. I was just afraid I was going to get timed out, so this seems like it's going on just a little bit dry, so I'm going to just real quick. Yeah, there we go. That seems a little bit better. And part of that might have been the 1 or 2 spots that I had to hit with the styptic that sometimes will dry your lather out real quick too. So if I'm doing a DE shave tomorrow and I do the other one of these on Wednesday, that will probably allow the little spots to heal that I broke open today. I did have a few that were from prior, but that one on the neck, that was all me today. So, and I mean, it happens. You know, if you're going to shave with a straight razor, cuts are going to happen. It's just you try and obviously mitigate them and keep them, you know, to a low, if you will. And, you know, I'm sure it could have been a lot worse. Had I had a much steeper angle, I could have really messed it up. But because I was keeping the spine, you know, close to the skin, it helps limit how deep those cuts will get. So, any which way. Alright, so we're going across the grain now. Alright. Okay. I will say this, I can't say enough good about the performance on Southern Witchcraft soaps. For those of you who aren't aware, Southern Witchcraft is a Georgia-based vegan soap-based company. Their performance is right on par, I'd say, if not just as good with PAA. As far as the non-tallow based soaps go. I mean, I've used tallow based soaps that don't perform this well. Not all of them, but I've... But the other thing that I just appreciate about Southern Witchcraft is that they have certain scents that, you know, like even their barber shop scent, or their take on a barber shop, is, you know, they've put their dark spooky twist on it, and it makes it fun to know that I gotta get rid of this like white looking Adolf stash before there we go. Charlie Chaplin, there's a little bit better example of a short mustache. But I mean, Southern Witchcraft has a myriad of scents that they were able to put their dark gothic twist to it. Gothic, you know, just a dark twist that plays along with their witchcraft theme, which is very nice. I did see someone in a forum, and I don't know if this will ever come to fruition, but somebody in one of these forums had asked the owners if they would try like a Caribbean-ish rum type scent and pair that up with a voodoo type theme, which I think would be pretty damn cool. I mean, that's just, you know, that'd be something that I think would be really neat. Just my opinion. I think we got damn near everything, so I will, I'm going to rinse up. I will put you guys on hold so that you don't have to hear this sink draining or me running the sink to clean up, and then we'll get into the post-shave. Hang tight. Okay, so we're back. I am going to just kind of block the face a little bit. I'm going to throw on some Thayer's Witch Hazel, even though Southern Witchcrafts aftershaves are witch hazel based. I just always like one quick spritz of this stuff. And I am going to throw on some of the unscented balm. It has been pretty chilly here the last few days, and I just figure, you know what, why not just kind of help keep that moisture barrier going. The one spot I missed there, so forgive me, but my son's DE sitting out. I'm hitting that. This is right where the mask that I wear bites, because I wear those gator style masks, and so you know, you don't always feel that when you're going over it with a straight razor and your fingers are just slightly, you know, slippery, so you're not going to notice it quite as much. So any which way, so little last minute touch-ups like that happen, and you don't really notice it until you're going over the skin completely. So like I said, forgive me for cheating there. Alright, so now we will go to the matching splash. Yeah, I love this scent. I just wish it were just a little bit stronger as far as the aftershave goes, but you know what, that's what the EDPs are for, and I got no problem shelling out a few bucks to get one of those. So yeah, and for those of you who are curious, Kelly has approved of this one. She does like it. She likes most of these Southern Witchcraft soaps. The only one that I have that she doesn't care for as much is Carpathia, and I think it's just a little too musky for her taste, or palate, whatever you want to say. The rest of them, this, Pomona, Carmilla, she likes. I haven't had her try the sample I got at Deserology, which is their barbershop scent. So, so like I said, today we are, like I said, trying to do the Strop comparison on 2 gold dollars. So my gold dollar 208's up there. I didn't want to get it out and risk of dropping things because sometimes I tend to be a little clumsy. So not talking bad, just you know. So and I'm going to use the same brush, which is the Yaki Synthetic Prism 26mm brush. We'll lather both. We're going to do everything the same exact way, and then we will try and do a comparison probably Wednesday, I'm guessing. So you guys might see it Wednesday evening because I'll be hopefully off by then. But today we went with Southern Witchcrafts Druantia, however the heck you want to pronounce it. But you know what? If I'm saying it wrong, tell me, because I had like 3 or 4 people hit me up and say it's not Sam Hain. So any which way. So like I said, Southern Witchcrafts Druantia. Gotta hold it still for a second or two for the thumbnail. I still use the cut and paste, so I shouldn't have to worry about it. But any which way, you guys have a great day, night, whenever. Hopefully the weather's getting warmer where you're at. Thank God my concrete that I just had poured didn't go bad or didn't get jacked up in all the monsoon. So have a great day, night, whenever. Keep your shaves clean. Keep them wet. Later, guys.